Hi, everybody. This is SAAD. In case you haven't heard, yesterday the very courageous journalist Andy No was attacked violently by Antifa type folks in Portland, Oregon, and his equipment was stolen. He was punched. Some quote milkshake with apparently some rather nefarious substances were was thrown at him. Really, it's difficult to imagine that something like that could happen in the 21st century in the United States. He was basically walking around amongst the masked Antifa type demonstrators, not inciting violence, not causing violence, doing what he's allowed to do in a free society. And of course, they banned on him. They're masked. They're cowards. And if you can go online and see the aftermath of what happened to him. He's bruised and bloodied, dazed, confused. He eventually had to go to the hospital with apparently some pretty severe injuries. It's very difficult not to be shaken by such a reality. Now, I know Andy. He reached out to me a few months ago. He was visiting Montreal and he wanted to meet up. I was happy to meet him. He struck me like a very decent, gentle, kind guy, willing to listen and report information as accurately as he can. Certainly, he does not strike me as the type of person that should be triggering the ire of these truly intellectual terrorists, if not outright terrorists. Of course, Andy's also a Asian man and he's a gay man. Not that these things should matter, but in the world of identity politics that we live in, I just want to point out that Jussie Smollett, a gay man who's not white, was lionized by endless influential people for having been the victim of a fake hate crime. And Andy No, who is a gay man who is also not white, if we care about these metrics in the intersectional game, is completely ignored, or ignored by many of the same people who were very outraged by the fake crime of Jussie Smollett. That pretty much tells you all you need to know about where their moral compass lies. And then finally, I just want to briefly mention that when I took to social media yesterday to weigh in, when I see something like this, I'm simply unable to go on with my day without, contributing to the issue in any way that I can. I started engaging a young student who had posted on her social media that Andy deserved this and good. It's good that it happened and so on. I don't know who this person is, of course, but I was alerted to her tweets from, I guess, some fan. And then when I tried to demonstrate how someone could have such a dark heart, her first response was to try to start a knee mob against me so that, my university can take harsh punishment against me. So my pointing to the fact that this person was gleeful and callous in rejoicing at the fact that another human being was violently assaulted, she thought that she was on the right side of the issue in trying to report me to my university. Yeah, report me to my university. They should have a statue of me in every hallway. But in any case, I tried to engage this person in any way that I could, which was pretty much impossible. I then found out through a fan who wrote to me privately on Facebook which university she attends, which I guess this is information that's pretty easy to get if you just do a bit of digging, which university she attends, what she studies at that university. And if I were to apply the same tactics that she tried to apply, I could easily either publicly post it so that people can go after her, or I can privately contact the university. Now, she then wrote that I should get blanked and that worse things should happen to me than what happened to Andy. So she was certainly trying to incite violence against me. She was certainly being impolite, certainly being very unbecoming as a person in a civilized society. But she was not only gleeful about another person being attacked in such a violent way, but she was hoping that the same, if not worse, things would happen to me. And yet I didn't report her to her university. This is the difference between civilized people and cancers of the human spirit. If you sit idly and don't get engaged in any way that you can, it shouldn't be that I need to spoon feed you as to what are the 7 steps by which you go about getting engaged, although I do often remark about these issues. If you don't get engaged, if you sit idly, if you go and watch the clip of what happened to Andy and then go about your Sunday yawning in apathy and in silent complicity, then you are truly part of the problem. You're not a direct member of those, you weren't directly responsible for what happened to Andy and what will happen to many other folks who speak out, but your silence is complicit. So please participate, get engaged. Don't allow people to steal our freedom inch by inch, millimeter by millimeter, death by 1,000 cuts. What happened to Andy is just one small manifestation of what is taking place on every campus, in every organization, in every public discourse, and it needs to stop. People like me left places like the Middle East precisely because we wanted to live in free societies. We can certainly disagree on endless things. I disagree pretty much with every syllable that Ocasio, I don't remember, occasional cortex utters, and yet I don't wish violence upon her. I disagree with what many people in the mainstream media state and the position that they take, yet I don't think that I would ever support any violence. Not I don't think, I know that I would never support any violence against any of them. I want to defeat them in the battle of ideas. Short of someone coming at you, physically assaulting you or inciting violence against you, this is when you can certainly show no mercy in fighting back physically. But short of that, my battle is in the battle of ideas. And so these people, these Antifa types and their supporters are cowards. They're cancers of human dignity. They should be pursued in every corner where they hide and defeated appropriately. Don't sit idly. Don't presume that others will fight this battle for you. If you care about liberty, if you care about living in a free society, and a free society includes people with whom you deeply disagree on every issue, that's what a free society is. So unless you wish to live in North Korea, if you wish to live in free societies, you will support the right of people who speak in ways that you find offensive. And if you don't, you're part of the problem. Take care, everybody.